Tadali Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasati Gaura Bhaktabinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Sri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, our Rupanuga Guru Parampara, all devotees. Thank you. So, 9 ways to serve Krishna. This is called Navavidha Bhakti. By these, Krishna is controlled. Okay, so each one of these 9, each have a different acharya or guru who achieve perfection by these processes. First is Shravan, hearing. So Parikshit Maharaj showed how to achieve perfection by hearing about Krishna. Sukadev Goswami achieved perfection by doing kirtan of Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj achieved perfection by his constant remembrance of Krishna. Prithu Maharaj achieved perfection by deity worship. Bali Maharaj by offering everything he had, Atman Aveden. Hanuman by serving, Lakshmi by serving the lotus feet. Hanuman by being the servant of the Das of Prabhu, the servant. Arjuna by being the friend of Krishna. And Akrura achieved perfection by offering prayers. So tonight we will talk about Akrura's visit to Vrindavan, why he went, why he took Krishna Balaram out of Vrindavan. No? So first, Akrura means very cruel. Because for 16 years he stayed in his mother's womb. 16 years. No? So gopis thought, one who give that much pain to their own mother, no wonder you're giving so much pain to the gopis. But really, Akrura is great Mahajan. So, Kamsa was thinking, many demons I sent to Vrindavan, but none returned. All came on a one-way ticket. Like Putana. No, she came, never returned. Agasur, Bakasur, so many. So Kamsa began thinking, must be some power in Vrindavan that gives power to Krishna Balaram. If I can get Krishna Balaram out of Vrindavan, then I can finish them easily. So he called Akrura, who was devotee, but hiding. Sometimes demons catch everything. Then devotees also have to live little incognito. Not that devotees always victorious in every sense. For example, when Hiranyakasipu was controlling the universe, Narad Muni also had to go there. Jai Hiranyakasipu ki jai. Also, he would go there and glorify Hiranyakasipu because at that time there was no other alternative. So Akrura was devotee, but Kamsa called him and gave him some instructions to bring the sons of Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna and Balaram, bring them out of Vrindavan and to Mathura. So he gave Akrura a new golden chariot. You go there. So, early in the morning, Akrura went towards Nandagam. As he traveled on the way, he offered many prayers. So we are also on the road to Vrindavan. So what we pray for, what we think of, this will pave the way for us. If we have some ulterior motives when we perform bhajan, then that thing may be fulfilled, but bhakti will not be given. So Akrura is the perfect example what we should pray for. We should not make up our own prayers because we will ask for some rubbish thing. Therefore, safe path is just to repeat the prayers of the Mahajans. So Akrura is so much happy. How strange that I am getting the darshan of Krishna Balaram by the mercy of the demon Kamsa. What pious deeds have I done? He was thinking. What in a previous life, what austerities have I performed? What worship have I done? What charity I have given that now, today, I will directly see Lord Krishna. Lord Keshav, because Keshav is the presiding deity of Mathura. And Akrura living there. So, I'm simply an ordinary person absorbed in sense gratification, Akrura said. I think it's very difficult even for perfected souls to see Krishna and Balaram. But today, very rare chance to see Krishna, like very rare for a Sudra to hear the Vedas. But still, enough of such talk. Sometimes good fortune come to everyone. Every dog has their day, as they say. Even a fallen soul like me may get a chance to see the Supreme Lord. Just like a twig in a river may sometimes come to the bank. In the same way, a fallen soul like me also get a chance to come to the bank, to become free from the river of time, the ocean of material existence. One time Mother Yasoda, she was offering lamps in the Yamuna for Krishna's benefit. So maybe 1,000 lamps. You can still see in Kartik, some people offer thousands of lamps. From the boats they put them in that make a long chain downstream. So Mother Yasoda was absorbed in lighting the lamps, putting them in the water. So Krishna got a little bored, baby Krishna, so he went downstream and he was taking some lamps out and putting them on the bank. Mother Yasoda didn't know because she was absorbed. Then after some time, she saw, what's Krishna doing? Why are you taking these out? Then Krishna said, this is my nature. Who comes to me, I always take them out. It means take them out of the ocean of birth and death. So Mother Yasoda became maybe a little upset, cheeky answer. Then why you not take all of them out? Then Krishna said, what can I do, Mother? Only those who come near me, I can take them out. So Akrura said, no, sometimes even fallen soul get the chance to become free. No. Just like a stick in a river pushed sometimes to the bank, sometimes even a person like me may get the chance. Today all my sinful actions have been destroyed. My birth has become successful. Today I will offer my obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which even the greatest yogis can only meditate on. But today I will see with my eyes directly. I think today Kamsa has given me big mercy. Because he is ordering me, go and bring Krishna Balaram. Simply by the effulgence of his toenails, many, many souls cross the ocean of birth and death. Those same lotus feet worshipped by Lord Brahma, right, in his meditation. Yadyapi samadishu vidyapi pashatina tavanaka gamarichan. Lord Brahma, in his meditate, he tries to fix his mind on the toenails of Krishna. By the power of the lotus feet of Lord Brahma, of Krishna, then Lord Brahma can perform the acts of creation. Shiva always keeps the foot-bathing water of those same lotus feet upon his head as an ornament, as a decoration. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, always massaging the feet of Vishnu. She keeps on her lap and massage. She never puts them down. They are her only wealth, the wealth of the goddess of fortune. But those same lotus feet, which Brahma, Shiva and Lakshmi worship, those same lotus feet walking in the hills and the grass of Vrindavan. Those feet are smeared with the kumkum from the breasts of the gopis. We gopis thinking Krishna's lotus feet are so soft, and this dirt of Vrindavan is full of stones, rocks, sharp sticks, nettles. So where can we keep Krishna's lotus feet? So they keep them here. So Akrura also even knows about these conjugal pastimes of Krishna and the gopis. So today I will surely see the face, lotus face of Mukunda. You know? And many symptoms are there. You know? There's one science, omen. Like early in the morning you see some good thing, means you're going to have a good day. You know? So some deer were running. Which side? On the right. Last night we saw them on the left. Not so good. Anyway, still better than nothing. So deer on right side is very good sign. So look, he said, deer are walking on my right side. That means a good day will be there. Definitely I will see his face, which is framed by curly hair, like a picture frame. The gopis say this hair of Krishna like a net, and eyes like Kanjanak's birds, willy wagtails they call them. When the willy wagtail goes to eat the bait, what happens? He's caught by the net. So gopis say, our eyes go to drink the beauty that's the bait of Krishna's sweet lotus face, but our minds become and eyes become caught in the network of his curly hair. We cannot extract our vision from that. So today I will see his attractive cheeks, his curly hair, his smiling glances, and reddish lotus eyes. Because Krishna up all night, then his eyes always a little red, a little intoxicated. I am going to see the original Lord Vishnu, the reservoir of all beauty. No? Api adya Vishnu manjutavam. I will see the original Lord Vishnu, the reservoir of all beauty, all sweetness. That same Lord Vishnu has come now in human form. Akrura, a little bit of Aishwarya Bhakta, and his Ishtadev is Lord Vishnu. So we think Lord Vishnu come in this human cowherd boy form. No? There is no denying today my eyes will achieve perfection. No, that's why all eyes, in the middle is what color? The pupil, black. No, even snail, he has the little black dot there. Snail, slugs, cats, dogs, elephants, sheep, cows, humans, all have, that means the perfection of all eyes is to see him. There is no denying my eyes will achieve all perfection by seeing that same lotus face. He is the witness of everything, yet he remains detached from all. By his internal potency, he destroys the darkness of separation. The individual souls in this world who are manifest when he glances upon them. Right? How does Krishna implant the souls into this world? By his glance. So those eye glance of Krishna is so powerful. So that same eye glance by which Krishna impregnates material nature with the souls, how much power, those same glance will come to me. All sins are destroyed, and all good fortune comes by the darshan of Krishna. Just by hearing about his qualities, names, forms and pastimes, one achieves everything. On the other hand, words which do not describe Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes, these are like the ornaments on a dead body. You know, people using so much poetic language. Like last night, Phoebe asked, what about music? But what are you singing about? That is important. So, any poetry, any high-class words which do not describe Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastime, even it may be very ornamented language, but this is like ornaments on a dead body. That same Supreme Lord has now descended in the Vrishni dynasty, the dynasty of the Yadus, the Satyavats, to exalt the demigods and to protect religion. Remember in the beginning, all demigods were complaining, especially the earth planet. So many demons on me, how will I tolerate? So all demigods went to Brahma, and Brahma took them all to the shore of the milk ocean of Lord Vishnu, and they prayed. So Akrura knows this So he also says, to please the demigods and to protect religion, you have come to this world. No? You are residing in Vrindavan. Therefore Krishna is spreading the fame of Braj everywhere. So, tam te adya nunam mahatam gatim gurum. I shall see him, the Guru of the three worlds. The great soul, the supreme soul. Seeing him brings happiness to the eyes. No. We can see him in his deity form. He brings happiness to us. Indeed, his personal form is the shelter desired even by the supreme goddess of fortune. Ultimately, who is that? Radharani herself. No? Even Radharani is so much beauty, so much opulence, but her only happiness is the shelter of the feet of Krishna. So today all the dawns of my life have become successful. When I get there, now he's thinking, what will happen? What would I like to happen? When I get there, I will get off the chariot. Because Akrura have some fear. Maybe Krishna will think some servant of Kamsa has come here. So he said, I hope when I get there, I will get off my chariot. I will bow down to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, the supreme personalities of Godhead. Actually, they are one soul in two bodies. They're the same lotus feet that mystic yogis try to capture in their hearts and in their meditations. Those who endeavor for self-realization also try to attain those same lotus feet in their meditation. But today I will see, maybe I will touch directly. I will also offer obeisances to all Krishna's friends and the other residents of Vrindavan, right? You never see a picture of Krishna alone. Krishna always with his associates. When I have fallen at his feet, the Almighty Lord will place his lotus hand on my head to give fearlessness. Those who are disturbed by the fear of time can find happiness only in his protection. By offering charity to that same lotus hand of Krishna's hand, so much power. Right? Why? Krishna's hand always touching the lotus face and feet of the gopis. Therefore Krishna's hand has so much generosity, so much power, so much nectar there. So Krishna's lotus feet give everything. Like here he says, Bali Maharaj offered charity to that same lotus hand. Look what he got. He achieved everything. Just by giving a donation to Lord Bhamandev, lotus hand, what did Bali achieve? He achieved even more opulence than the king of heaven. Krishna gave to Bali Maharaj the lower planetary system called Sutal Lok, that have even more wealth, even more enjoyment than the Swarga of the demigods. So just by giving a little charity to Krishna's hand, look what he got. And during the Ras Leela, when Krishna wiped away the perspiration of the gopis, by the touch of their faces, Krishna's hand also became like a lotus flower. Akrura, quite rasik. So definitely Krishna will not think I am an enemy. He will know I am his devotee. Even though Kamsa has sent me here as his messenger, the Supreme Lord knows everything. He will know my inner intention. With perfect vision, he witnesses everything. He knows everything externally and internally about persons like me. Thus Krishna will cast his glance and smiling face upon me, and I will remain like this, offering prayers, falling in obeisances at his lotus feet. All my contamination by association of the demons in Mathura will be finished. I will give up all doubts, and I will feel the most intense ecstasy. Recognizing me as an intimate friend and devotee, Krishna will embrace me with his mighty arms, thus my body will become purified. And whatever material bondage is there will also be destroyed by the power of his arms. Having been embraced by the all-famous Krishna, I will humbly stand before him with my head bowed and palms joined. He will say, my dear uncle, Akrura, my life will be successful. The life of anyone whom the Supreme Personality, anyone who does not recognize Krishna, their life is useless. So he offered many, you see, nice prayers like this, full of surrender. Then after Krishna embraces me, Balaram, Krishna's older brother, he will grasp my hands in his hands. I will also stand like this with my head bowed to Balaram. He will take me in the house. He will give me some ritual welcome when a guest comes. Hey, going? No. Some high-class guest comes, some arti, some padma, ritual welcome. He will ask how my family members are going in Mathura. Because same family. Krishna's some relation with Akrura and Krishna's mother. Some relation on that side. So Akrura's family is also Krishna Balaram's family. So he will ask, Balaram will ask, how's this relative going in Mathura? How's this? Because when Kamsa captured Mathura, at first his father Ugrasen was in charge of Mathura, but Kamsa put him in jail and took over everything himself. So all the devotees, they remained hiding in Mathura. Or externally showing some devotion to Kamsa, like in a hidden form. So Balaram will inquire how Kamsa is treating all my family members. So Akrura, while thinking all these things and praying, he took the chariot on the road to Vrindavan. When we come just outside of Nandagaon, we used to go, but maybe we went last year also. Have you been there? The footprints of Krishna and Balaram? No, you have not seen everything, Purushottam. There is place still in the rock, footprints of Krishna and Balaram. So the same footprints Akrura saw. Because millions of cows, but when Krishna and Balaram walk, the cows don't walk on those footprints, they walk around them. So those footprints still there today. If you come, have you seen them? Where?
I don't remember where I went, but I went up.
No, there's another one. These ones are down on the same road to Nandagaon. So Akrura saw those feet and he felt so much ecstasy. Here, let me hear. In the past cowherd pastures, Akrura saw the footprints of those feet. The dust of Krishna's feet, the controllers of the universe, keep upon their heads. No? So seeing the footprints of Krishna, which have many special marks. How many marks on the feet of Krishna? Kevin, for $10,000? Right, 18, thank God. Special marks on Krishna's feet. Hill, trident, fish, acorn, pot, thunderbolt, discus, club, lotus flower, many things. Where's the conch? Yes. Good guess. 18 marks on Krishna's feet. Where is Sai Baba? Show us the marks. So Akrura could see all these things. So when he saw these feet, he became astonished. He became agitated by ecstasy. The hairs of his body stood on end. His tears flowed from his eyes. He jumped down from the chariot. This is the dust of my master's feet, Trivikram Maharaj one time said. And we see the same feet, same footprints, and what do we think? I wonder who carved these. Are these even real? Trivikram Maharaj said like that. When Akrura saw the same footprints, he felt so many symptoms of ecstasy. Well, what we are doing? Something else. When's lunch? God, we've been here last year. Many things. So, Akrura felt ecstasy as he saw the footprints of Krishna Balaram in the dust. So, then as he moved forward on the chariot, who did he see? Krishna Balaram directly. What they were doing? Krishna and Balaram were going in to milk the cows. That means afternoon. Right? Goduli. Early in the morning the cows go out, and when they come back, 3, 4, 5, that is cow duli. So Akrura saw Krishna and Balaram coming in with the cows, going for milking. Right? Gopis don't milk cows, only the cowherd men milk. So Krishna and Balaram also milking. Krishna squats most attractively, and his head resting on the stomach of the cow with very deep pulls. That milk makes very deep sound in the pot. So Krishna and Balaram also milk a few cows. The boys also here and there. Nanda Baba's there watching, supervising, do it properly. So Balaram wearing blue, Nilamba, and Krishna wearing yellow, Pitamba. Their eyes resembled autumn lotuses. Clear, because rainy season muddy, but autumn clear. The shoulders, one of those mighty armed youths had a dark blue complexion. Who was that? Asim? Krishna. Those arms are the shelter of the goddess of fortune, so powerful, like snakes. Snake is fat and becomes thin. Krishna's arms, like that, like snakes. The other one was white. Their features, features of their faces were very fine. Right? Not like us, nose like a baseball on the end of our face. Their gait was very beautiful. Some animals have very great, famous for their walks. Swan, famous. Elephant, believe it or not. If you look on Discovery Channel, elephant when he walks, like dances side to side. Elephant, swan, what else? Famous.
Lion.
Yamuna. Lion. When all these animals,
Tiger.
No. Lion. But when other animals see the gait of Krishna, they hang their head in shame. No? Krishna and Balaram's gait, so wonderful. Swan also, swan. Many places, Radhika walk like swan. No? So, as they walked with the gait of young elephants, glancing about side to side at all the different gopis, different devotees, those two exalted personalities beautified the fields, the cow fields of Nandagan. They marked the cow pastures with their lotus feet, which were covered with, which bore the marks of flag. We missed that one. No one said flag, right? Flag, lightning, bolt. I said that. Elephant goad. Mind is like a mad elephant, but controlled by a very small little hook. So the mind of the crazy mind can only be controlled by the lotus feet of meditation on the lotus feet of Krishna. So Krishna's feet like an elephant goad to control the mad mind. And lotus. They were decorated with wonderful ornaments, flower garlands, fragrances. They were freshly bathed. Oh, they must have gone for a bath, then come back for milking. Spotless clothes. The primeval cause of all causes. Imagine Akrura, how happy he felt looking. He saw the distinct forms of Keshav and Balaram. Again Keshav, because Akrura, a little devotee from Mathura, so his worshipful deity is Keshav. They resembled two gold-decked mountains. One mountain was made of emerald, and the other one was made of crystal. One's black, one's white. No? One mountain was made of emerald, that is Krishna. The other mountain is made of silver. Silver. And from their body came so much sweet effulgence, which dispelled the darkness of the sky in all directions. Imagine. Akrura, overwhelmed with affection, fell at the feet of Krishna and Balaram. He jumped off the chariot and fell like a stick. No? That is Dandavat, like a stick. And we are... But they fell like that. The bliss from seeing Krishna flooded his limbs, the hairs of his body stood on end, his voice choked in ecstasy. He felt such happiness he could not speak anything. He could not say, I am Akrura, Haribol, nothing. So, and exactly what Akrura had prayed for, remember what happened? Krishna drew him close and embraced him. Krishna also felt happiness by touching Akrura. This is proof that the body of the devotee is never material, otherwise how it could give happiness to Krishna? No? So, Akrura bowed his head. Balaram grasped his hands exactly like he had prayed for, remember? Balaram grasped his hands. He inquired, Akrura, Chacha, uncle, was your trip okay? They gave him a nice seat, bathed his feet, and served him with milk and honey, special drink. That is called what? Padya Arga. Some drink is there, Arga. Do you give to the deities every day? Milk and honey, Arga. That is one of the 16 items to be offered to the Supreme Lord daily. Thunderbolt. So, Balaram also gave Akrura a gift of a brown cow. No? And had a servant massage his feet because Akrura a little old, tired. And with great respect and faith, they fed him suitably prepared food of various fine tastes. So, after Akrura had eaten to his full satisfaction, well, I didn't say anything. Balaram, who knows all religious principles, offered him some herbs for sweetening his mouth after eating, along with some fragrances, some perfume, some flower garland. Akrura felt so much happiness. Everything he had prayed for, he was now receiving. Therefore it says, Sadhana bababhe ta siddha deha tahi ja. What you pray for in the time of sadhana, you will achieve that only in the stage of perfection. Right? Kevin, Hare Krishna, wish I had a wife. What happened? Ding! Along comes a wife. So be careful what you think of, no? So Balaram said, how you are living there, uncle, in Mathura? You must be like a sheep surrounded by wolves. That cruel, selfish Kamsa killed the children of his own sister in her own presence, even as she wept for mercy. So why is it necessary for us to ask, how are you going? It means he killed the children of his own sister. What to speak of how he treats other people? So no need to ask, is everything good there? So hearing the words of Nanda Baba, Nanda Baba asked that, not Balaram, Nanda Baba. So hearing the words of Nanda Baba was like a bath. He felt fully refreshed and happy. Somehow, it said Krishna was so absorbed in his Brajalila, that devotees sometimes like Narad would have to come and remind Krishna. Come on, Bhagawan, remember why you come to this world? Not just for cow grazing and Ras Leela. You came here to kill the demons, establish religious principles, protect the sadhus. So devotees like Narad would have to come to remind Krishna because he was so happy in Vrindavan, he forgot all these other external things. No. So, Krishna said, my dear gentle uncle, Akrura. Let's see which side of the family he comes from. Maybe you can look up Google. Probably won't tell you, will it? No? Oh, good fortune for you. So Krishna and Balaram spoke many words to Akrura. Then somehow Akrura relayed the message that Kamsa had sent him. Because Kamsa, he was the king of the whole area. But Nanda Baba was king of just a little section. No? So the small kings would have to come every year to give some presentation. What's the proper word they used in English? Tax. Tribute, they used to say. Tribute. No? So Kamsa sent a message. Oh Baba, this year now is tribute time. No? So you should bring your gifts to Mathura. Which gifts Nanda Baba would bring? Ghee, yogurt, paneer, all good things. Cream, double cream. No, you bring your presentation. You give to show your subordination to the king. So, Akrura read the message of Kamsa, and you bring your two boys here. So when Krishna and Balaram heard the message of Kamsa, they laughed. They laughed in scorn. The lords then informed Nanda Baba what Kamsa had ordered. Then Nanda Baba issued orders to the secondary commands. All cowherd men, go and bring all available milk products. Yoke your wagons. Tomorrow we shall go to Mathura and present gifts of milk, ghee, and other dairy products. All the citizens from the outlying areas are going also to offer. When the gopis heard that Krishna and Balaram were also going, they became full of fear. They knew Krishna will not return. Some feeling they had. So while all the boys were very happy, oh yes, Nanda Baba said, I will go. The boys said, we will go. So the boys became very happy. We're going on a picnic with Krishna. Some adventure. But the ladies like Yasoda, the gopis, become very disturbed. They could not go to Mathura. The gopis felt pained at heart. Therefore, they become so much in anguish that jewelry would slip off their bodies and their clothes also become loose. No? Someone becomes unhappy, what happens? Do they become fat? They become thin. So just thinking Krishna will go, especially Mother Yasoda. She tried to hide Krishna under the bed. And she said, don't take your son. But providence is there, Yogamaya arranged. Krishna have other pastimes to do. Also the devotees of Vrindavan now have to taste another ecstasy, the ecstasy of separation. So even though there's no desire, but Yogamaya arranged all this in the form of Akrura. Some gopis became completely stunned like statues and remained fixed only on meditation on Krishna. They lost all awareness of the external world. They became like great yogis. Some other gopis could not even do that. They fell unconscious. They lay unconscious on the ground like streaks of lightning. And what did they do while they lay unconscious? They remembered the cheating words of Krishna. Therefore they could stay alive. The gopis were frightened by the prospect of separation from Krishna. Krishna is still there, but they are all feeling separation. Different types of separation. One is when Krishna goes, the other one, Krishna is still there, but they fear he will go. So Krishna is still there, but they are feeling separation. As they remembered his walk and his talk, his deeds, his joking words, they felt more anxiety. They gathered in small groups and discussed amongst themselves. Sigopi uvacha aho vidatas tavana doi tva kachit. Oh, the Vadatu means God, Brahma, actually. Oh, Vadatu. Oh, Providence, you are very cruel, like a child. A child makes sandcastles, so much work. Then when he makes it is happy, then when he's finished he kicks them to pieces and laughs also. So Vedatu, you are very cruel. You have no mercy on anyone. Why you created love? No. Why you created this love for Krishna? And why are you breaking it without purpose? These are all pastimes like the games of a child. No. Vedatu, why are you doing like this? Having shown us Krishna's face, framed by dark locks of hair, beautified by his beautiful shining cheeks, raised nose and sweet smile, because Gopi is thinking Brahma created this. They're not thinking Krishna is God. Brahma, why you created this? And created why you showed us. And now why are you taking that thing away from us? This behavior of yours is no good at all. O Providence, you have come here with the name Akrura. Akrura. Krura means cruel. Akrura, one who is not cruel. But you are really cruel. Providence, you have come here in the form of Akrura. Just to, like a fool, Providence, you have come here. You are taking away which you have once given us. Our eyes have seen the form of all perfection, now we cannot see. Alas, Nanda's son, he does not understand, he is going and will not return. Even Krishna is not looking at us. One who good fortune abandons, even who will look at them? O Krishna's son, Nanda's son forcibly brought us under his control. For him we gave up our homes, our relatives, our children and our husbands just to serve us. But he is always looking for new lovers. This dawn that will rise for us is misfortune, but for the ladies of Mathura will be good fortune. As our fortune goes down, their good fortune arises. These ladies of Mathura will soon have all their desires fulfilled. When Krishna enters their city, they will be able to drink the nectar from his smile and from the nectar coming from his sidelong glances. Gopis speaking to another. Oh Gopis, Mukunda is very obedient to his parents. Once he goes there, he will fall under the spell of the ladies of Mathura. He will be enchanted by their smiles, their shy smiles, their alluring glances. He will not return to these unsophisticated cow pastures of Braj. Now these old Bhojas, Andaks, Brishnis and Sattvats, these different dynasties in Mathura, they will certainly now enjoy the great festival of having darshan of Krishna. After all, he is the beloved of the goddess of fortune and the reservoir of all good qualities. So Gopis so much in separation, they know Krishna will go. This merciless Akrura, he is extremely cruel. And not even one time Akrura asked permission from the Gopis, I will take away Krishna. This Krishna has now become hard-hearted. He has mounted the chariot. He is not even looking towards us. Even the elders are not stopping him. Today fate is working against us. So what is the use of our shyness and womanly chastity and shame? What's the use of all these things when Krishna is not here? Especially when he brought us to the arena of the Ras Leela. We enjoyed his affectionate glances, smiles and talks. That one night of Lord Brahma, because Ras Leela for the Gopis seemed like it was millions and millions of years, but for the Gopis it felt like 1 minute, 1 second. If even millions of years with Krishna appeared like 1 second, imagine how life will pass for us without Krishna's association. No, millions of years with Krishna felt like 1 second. 1 second without Krishna felt like millions of years. How can we exist without Krishna? His hair covered by the dust of the cows as he goes for entering the cowherd fields. As he played his flute, he would capture our hearts by his flute playing, his glance, his smile and joking words. After speaking like this, the gopis forgot all shame and loudly cried, Govinda Damodara Madhavetim. O Govinda, O Damodar, O Madhav, Iti and other names. As the gopis cried out in this way, Akrura began to drive his chariot around the bodies of the fallen gopis and left. Nanda Baba and the other cowherd men also, cha-cha, their bullock carts, they followed behind. And the dust raised from the chariot of Akrura settled on the bodies of the gopis who were unconscious on the ground. As he departed, Krishna saw the gopis lamenting and he promised, Ayasyasya, I will return the day after tomorrow. I will return. Sending their minds after Krishna. No. On the chariot of the minds, they also followed Krishna. They appeared like figures, paintings in a picture, like statues. Because no life, because Krishna was their life. They remained there as long as they could see the chariot on the top of Krishna's chariot disappearing. Until they could no longer see the dust, they remained there. The gopis turned back without hope that Krishna would return. And how they lived, you can imagine. So Bhakti Pragyan Kesav Goswami Maharaj would say, what is our constitutional duty? Is to serve the residents of Krishna who felt separation from him when he left for Mathura. Imagine Radharani's condition, Nanda Baba's condition when Krishna left. So that time serving has so much value there, so much value. How much Krishna feel indebted to someone who served like that. So Akrura traveled like the wind. And the other night, where were we when you spoke? Akrura's vision that Akrura got? That was Friday night.
We listened here.
Right, we heard. No need to repeat that. What Akrura saw when he got off to take bath to do his gayatri. So we can little hear. Again, Akrura offered prayers when he saw Krishna and Balaram in the water. They came to the outskirts of Mathura. Akrura went to his house, and Nanda Baba and the cowherd men, who had also come by a shortcut, met Krishna and Balaram there. They set up their gypsy camp. Yes, India also have gypsies. You can still see them, no? They have bullock carts and they just wander everywhere, stealing stuff. Seriously. Making jewelry, they make jewelry. No? So they're like that. So Krishna and his devotees like gypsies. Little low class according to material estimation. No? So Krishna had never been to the city, Krishna and Balaram. And the boys probably also never. Only small children. So, Krishna said, I want to go on a tour of the city. Nanda Baba said, don't steal anything. This is not Braj. Don't steal anything or Kamsa will punish you. Don't worry, father. I will not misbehave in the city. So, Akrura tried to bring Krishna and Balaram to his house. Let us go to my house with your elder brother. All your father and friends may also stay there. Please bless my house with your presence. Akrura said, I am an ordinary person, absorbed in materialistic affairs. Your lotus feet will purify my family, my house, my entire dynasty. But Krishna denied. No. First is business, then is pleasure. I will definitely come to your house, uncle, but first I must satisfy my friends by killing this enemy of the Yadu dynasty. Then I will come. Thus, Akrura left Krishna and Balaram with a heavy heart on the outskirts of the city. He went to his house. Krishna desired to see Mathura. So with his friend, his brother Balaram and the cowherd boys, he entered the city. So how is Mathura? Not we go now. What do we see? Everything broken. And what is the real transcendental vision of the city of Mathura? Tall gates made of crystal. Tall gates with entrances made of crystal. Immense archways and main doors of gold. What's your door made of?
Wood.
Plywood. Not plywood. But Mathura, all the doors made of gold. Granaries and other storehouses made of copper and brass were full. Impregnable moats surrounding. Full of gardens and parks. They were the old days of Mathura, right? Mansions with private pleasure gardens. There were so many peacocks and turtle doves there. There was so much incense pouring from the houses, the peacocks would think this is clouds, and they would sing and dance. The balconies were made of Vaidarya stones, diamonds, crystal, quartz, sapphires, coral, pearls, and emeralds. All the streets were sprinkled with perfumed water. All the houses were decorated, because tomorrow will be a huge festival. So all city was decorated actually for her master, Krishna, because Krishna is the master of Mathura. So, everywhere were pots of water, strings of mango leaves, flowers. Everywhere was decorated with yogurt, sandalwood paste and ribbons. The ladies of Mathura rushed to the roofs of their houses to have darshan of Krishna Balaram as they entered the city. Gurudev would so much often talk about these verses, no? Some of the ladies were so anxious to see Krishna. Their skirts they would put around their head. Their petticoats they would put here. No? They put their clothes on backwards. They put ankle bells here, and ankle bells they put on their ears, and their earrings they put on their ankle bells. Been so much anxious, Krishna and Balaram were coming. Some put eyeliner on one eye, but forgot about the other. One lip. Krishna and Balaram. Some were taking bath, but just like that they ran upstairs. Some were taking their meals, they forgot their meals. Some were serving husband, they forgot husbands. Even mothers who are feeding their babies. Should we speak this on Saturday night when all your family's there? They cast the babies aside and ran for Krishna. Krishna smiled sweetly as he walked amongst, you can imagine, all the ladies up there, all the men. He walked with the gait of an elephant, creating a festival for the eyes of the Mathurabasis. And his body, which is the source of all pleasure, gave a festival for them as well. No? So drishta mahu shrutam anudrita chetasas tam. The ladies of Mathura had only heard about Krishna. Sometimes the gopis would come from Braj to Mathura with selling yogurt and ghee and paneer and double cream. And they had only heard about him, but now they are seeing him directly. They honored him by the worship of their glances, throwing flowers and their glances, which are also like flowers on him. They took Krishna through their eyes and embraced him in their hearts. By that power of that meditation, all their family attachment was smashed. The ladies' faces blossomed with happiness. The ladies on the roofs cast showers of flowers upon Krishna and Balaram. Brahmanas offered prayers and threw gifts at Krishna's lotus feet like parched grains, sesame seeds. They offered Krishna barley corn, pots full of water, garlands, sandalwood, flowers. The gopis complained, Tapyakim acharan mahat hahi etad anupashyate nalaloka mahotsavo. The ladies of Mathura explained what austerities the gopis have performed. Gopya tapaha kim achadad yadamusya rupam lavanya saram asamodam ananya siddhim. What austerities the gopis performed, what charity they gave, what mantra they chanted, what guru seva they did, because they could always see the beauty of Krishna. We are seeing but just like a flash, but gopis always see. What a severe austerity the gopis must have performed to always see Krishna and Balaram. He is the source of pleasure for the eyes. So Krishna and Balaram had just come from the village. They'd come from the village. Like, what's his name? Purushottam. Purushottam's father was saying, his father not even wear a shirt, right? How many times your father tells you that a day? For some reason, Purushottam's father was saying, my father was a farmer, villager, never wear shirt, never wear shoes. So Krishna, villager, imagine how he was dressed, cowherd boy style. So not good to come into the city. City needed top hat, coat and tails. So Krishna felt a little shame. Here I am in the middle of the city, dressed like a farmer. So Kamsa had one washerman. He used to take Kamsa's laundry on a donkey, wash, dry, fold, iron, and he would bring back. So Krishna saw this washerman. Oh, uncle, you should give some donation for my friends and me. I'm the nephew of Kamsa. So please, you give some donation. Requested that washerman become very angry, because this is the royal paraphernalia only the king can wear. The washerman said, you nonsense boys, who the hell you think you are? You are accustomed to running in the forests and the hills. How dare you think to put on these ornaments of the king? These are the king's personal possessions. Fools, get out of here. Don't beg like this if you want to stay alive. When someone is too bold, the soldiers of the king punish him, arrest him and take all his property. As the washerman was abusing Krishna and Balaram like that, Maharaj always makes a little joke in his Saptaha. Krishna said, Balaram, seems like he has some mental disease, some mental disturbance. Balaram said, so Krishna said, don't worry, I have the medicine for him. So, Krishna cut his head off just with his fingertips. Ding. No. So when all the other assistant washermen, they saw their chief, commander-in-chief, beheaded just by a karate chop, they become full of fear. They run away, Kunja, leaving all the clothes scattered here and there. Krishna and his friends laughed and took the clothes. Of course, Kamsa was a monster, probably like 10, 12, 14 foot tall. And Krishna and all his boys were like little boys. So all the outfits were like this. And also many clothes all scattered here. And so they took this color, that color, this color, that color, many different colors. But still not properly, right? Not properly matching. The trousers were like 6 foot long, 6 foot too long at the end of Krishna's feet. So somehow they divided all the clothes between all the different boys. That time a weaver came forward. Now you'd call him a tailor. And he said, come with me, boys, I'll take care. So he designed everything. He sewed everything so all the clothes would nicely match Krishna and Balaram. Also, he knew soon some fight will come, so he also made ornaments out of cloth. Because when you wrestle with cloth ornaments, that won't hurt you. So everyone knew what was coming. No? The weaver came forward and he nicely, properly decorated Krishna, Balaram and all his friends. They looked resplendent. Each boy had his unique style of many, many riotous colors put together. They resembled a pair of young elephants, one dark and one white. No? Pleased with the weaver, Krishna blessed him. You will achieve a form like me. That means Krishna gave him residence in Vaikuntha. Small seva, little stitching cloth. And what Krishna gave in return. No? Krishna said, this life, in this world you will enjoy unlimited opulence, physical strength, influence, memory, and mental power. In this life you will enjoy, and next life you will enjoy more in Vaikuntha. If Krishna gave us those benedictions, what would happen, Kunja? Kunja, I bless you with an eternal, youthful, muscly body, unlimited wealth and opulence. Then Japamala would go out the window. So Krishna not giving that to us, no? When we mature, then Krishna can give many things and we won't be distracted by that. But now, because we're a little nonsense, Krishna keeps us simple condition. Right, Kevin? Right. Kevin making many plans to accumulate. But Krishna has his own plans for Kevin, I'm sure. Then one garland maker named Sudama. He had two beautiful garlands he gave to Krishna and Balaram. No? He gave them pan, some sandalwood paste, some what do you call? Perfume, cologne. No. He offered little prayer. And what Krishna and Balaram gave him. No. Beautifully adorned with these garlands, Krishna and Balaram were delighted. Wow. And so were the companions. Krishna and Balaram asked Sudama, what do you want? Any benediction. Sudama, whose devotion was fixed, he asked for the benedictions, friends with the devotees, and transcendental compassion for all living beings. Imagine. When Krishna said, what benediction do you want? What did he say? Friendship with the devotees and compassion for everyone. So Krishna gave him those benedictions as well as something he didn't even ask for. He also awarded him strength, long life, fame, beauty, ever increasing prosperity for his family. Then he left. Krishna gives things he never even asked for. Huh? Bonus prize. No? So, as they were walking, imagine the scene. New clothes, new garments, new ornaments. No? Some new devotees. Madhusudana Maharaj said when everyone saw, all the businessmen started offering donation. Krishna's definitely going to give us a tax discount. So everyone began worshipping Krishna. As he walked, they saw one hunchback woman. Very ugly. Actually, she was not ugly, sorry. She was hunchback. Hunchback means, in her last life, she was the daughter of, in her last life, she was a sister of Ravan. We talked about her the other night. No? So when she approached Ram for marriage, which is no fault, what young girl would not be attracted to a handsome young youth like Ramchandra? So Ram had Lakshman cut off her nose and ears. It's a long story. She's like, what? No? Because she was a demon. She fell in love with Ram and said, I want to marry you. But Ram knew, no, she is not proper. She only wants to enjoy me. She does not want to serve me. No? So Ram gave some excuse. I'm married, but my brother here, he has no wife in the forest. You can marry my brother Lakshman. And Lakshman is so handsome. We're hearing about Balaram. No? So she approached Lakshman, I want to marry you. Lakshman gave some excuse. Well, I'm the servant of Ram. If you marry me, you have to become the servant of Sita. don't let Ram cheat you. His father had more than 360 wives. So she went back. I love you. Marry me, she said to Ram. Ram gave some excuse. She went back. Guru says like a football in a soccer match. Kicking, you know, they're kicking jewels. They do like that. Like a football no one wants. They kicked her from one brother to the other. Then she thought, what's the cause of my suffering? This woman. So Suparnika went to kill Sita. Ram glanced at Lakshman, who took out his sword, cut off nose and ears. Would you marry Priti if she had no nose and ears? Huh? No. In this way, no man touched her. She remained completely unmolested by anyone, because no nose, no ears. And next life, she took birth as a hunchback. So still no one married her. Would you marry Priti if she was a hunchback? She's watching this. He said no. So imagine hunchback. No. So as she was walking, Krishna and Balaram, Krishna whistled, oh beautiful woman, oh lady with thighs like a banana trunk. No, then Kubja's like, whole life no one called her beautiful, no, whole life. She used to grind sandalwood paste for Kamsa, but Kamsa never touched her because hunchback. So when she said, who is calling me beautiful, she looked at these two youths, and anyone in the creation beautiful, that is Krishna. So she thought, why I'm giving this sandalwood paste to the king, Kamsa? Better I give to these two boys. So very bravely she took, and the dark complexion sandalwood she put on the chest, cheeks of Krishna, and the light complexion sandalwood she put on Balaram's shoulders, arms, chest. And by touching Krishna, she became full of lust. So she approached him like that. Her mind overwhelmed by Krishna's beauty, charm, sweetness, smiles, words and glances. Her name was Trivakra, one who is bent in three places. Probably that means bent at the waist, bent here, bent at the neck. Her name was Trivakra. She gave Krishna and Balaram generous amounts of sandalwood paste. So adorned with these cosmetics, Krishna and Balaram appeared even more attractive. She said, oh handsome man, I am the maidservant of Kamsa. My name is Trivakra. Krishna said, no problem, you are bent in three places. I'm also bent in three places. Good match. You see Krishna? Never stand straight. Always Shamam Tribanga Lalitam Niyatam Prakasham. Always bent in three places. So Krishna said, you and me is good match. So standing on her toes, and with his hand, he did like this. By the touch of Krishna's hand, she became the most attractive woman in Mathura. Her body became perfectly straight, like the supreme acupuncture. The supreme acupuncture. What's it called? Chiropractor. The supreme chiropractor. What she gave Krishna? Some sandalwood paste. And what Krishna gave her in return? Pressing down on her toes with both his feet, Krishna placed one upward pointed finger of each hand under her chin and made her straight. She was suddenly transformed into an exquisitely beautiful woman with straight, evenly proportioned limbs, large hips, and large breasts. Now endowed with beauty, character, and generosity by the touch of Krishna, she boldly caught his upper cloth in front of everyone in the main street. Means so mad, no shame, nothing. That is not her fault, that is the power of Krishna's sweetness. Oh hero, come to my house. I cannot bear to leave you. Oh best of males, have mercy on me. Your beauty has agitated my mind. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Krishna spoke in front of his friends and Balaram. It appears as if he's neglecting her. But actually no, his words have meaning that Kubja could understand. Krishna was not neglecting, But Krishna making some external show in front of his in front of his older brother and old friends. Otherwise, what would they think of Krishna? So Krishna said, "O lady with beautiful eyebrows, as soon as I fulfill my purposes, I will definitely go to your house. I'm sure many men rest in your house. We are travelers, we have no friends. I will come." So in this way, Krishna spoke as if to neglect a worldly woman. "Oh yes, I'm sure many travelers come to your house." So in this way, Krishna maintained his own dignity. All the boys, "Good work, Krishna." But Kubja could understand the message. No. Leaving her with these sweet words, he left. No. The sight of Krishna aroused Cupid in the hearts of all the city women. When agitated by Krishna's glance, they forgot everything. Their clothes, their hair, their bangles become disheveled. They stood still like paintings on the wall, paintings in a picture. No life, no consciousness. So Kamsa was worshipping one bow of Lord Shiva. And if no one could lift it, no one could break it. But there was a prediction, who will break the bow of Shiva will finish Kamsa. So Kamsa had surrounded the bow with so many guards and soldiers, security men, with their wands. No? So Krishna came there. This bow was astonishing, like the bow of the king of heaven, Indra. You could imagine, huge. This most opulent bow was guarded by hundreds of men, soldiers. And these men were constantly worshipping. Krishna pushed his way through the crowd, through the guards. And despite the guards' attempt to stop, Krishna picked up the bow with his left hand. Actually, that's the correct hand. Today we're doing some archery in the garden, weren't we? So Krishna picked it up like an elephant picks up a mushroom. Lifting with his left hand, Krishna strung the bow in a fraction of a second. And as all the guards looked on, he pulled the string back and broke the bow in half just by pulling. Just like an excited elephant may break a piece of sugar cane. Very easy for him. The sound of the breaking bow knocked everyone unconscious. So loud, but Krishna was unaffected. When Kamsa heard the boom of the breaking bow, he became full of fear. You could imagine. No? The guards became mad. They seized their weapons. Grab him, kill him. Seeing the guards come towards him with upraised weapons, Krishna took half the bow, Balaram took the other half. And what did they play? Mash the potato. Hungry hippo, right? Bang, bang, bang. Whack-a-mole. You know that game, whack-a-mole? Take it. Whack a cat. As they came up, bang, bang, bang. Krishna and Balaram took up the two halves of the bow and struck them down, killed them all in a second. So you can imagine breaking the bow, killing all the guards. They left the pieces there and happily went to look at the city. You could imagine what a commotion. You could imagine the whole city was going nuts. Having performed this amazing deed so nonchalantly, seeing their strength, their boldness, also they had no fear, just walking around completely fearless in the king's clothes. You could imagine, huh? In the king's clothes, all these he's only been there an hour, look at him. He's already got girlfriends, he's captured all the wives of everyone in the city, killed the main attraction. So you can imagine the words, no? They strolled about the city like elephants. No? The sun set, they returned home to the encampment of Nanda Baba. Does it tell you what Krishna had for dinner? Right. When they got home, Krishna and Balaram had sweet rice with milk. This is village food, right? Because they'd brought something with them. And not knowing, and although knowing that Kamsa would try to kill him in the morning, Krishna and Balaram slept very happily, very peacefully. But But I'll tell you one person who was not sleeping peacefully. Who was that, Amanda? Kamsa. His mind was full of fear. No? He was terrified, having heard of how Krishna had broken the bow, how he'd killed his washerman, stole his clothes. Kamsa was probably there in his pajamas. Krishna had taken all his clothing. Krishna had done all this like a game, like a child playing. No endeavor. So Kamsa began seeing many omens, even while awake. When he looked at his reflection in the mirror, his reflection had no head. Right? That's a good sign. Something bad's going to happen tomorrow. No? For no reason, the moon and stars appeared doubled. When he looked at his shadow had a hole in it. When he did like this, he could not hear his own life airs moving in his body. That means he's already dead, right? All the trees seemed to have a golden hue. He could not see his own footprints. He dreamt that he was being embraced by ghosts, riding a donkey. He dreamt he was drinking poison. He also dreamt a naked man was covered in oil, was riding past him on a donkey. Seeing these and other inauspicious omens one after another. While dreaming and while awake, he saw all these horrible things. Kamsa was terrified by death. He could not sleep. Right? Especially mind is distracted. How long is that night? Right? When you cannot sleep, every minute, tick, tick. So all night he meditating on Krishna, but not in happiness, in fear. When the night had passed, Kamsa set about arranging the wrestling festival. And what happened? We can hear. Wow, a long time I not read all this stuff. Very nice things. No? Krishna expanded 11 years, 8 months. He expanded his pastimes in Vrindavan. Then he went to Mathura. Some say he spent 17 years in Mathura. Then more than 100 and something years, 120 years in Dwarka. So we're too much lucky to hear all these things. No? Any questions from anyone? Go, Premanandi. Do you want to do another bhajan? Wouldn't want to strain you. Hare Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Go Premanande. Heard any of these things before, Kevin?
I haven't heard this.
Well, so it was worth coming here, wasn't it? There you go.